Hello, and welcome to another update video on Bitcoin. So we are currently tracking here an ongoing sideways chop. Yeah, the price is basically in a range at the moment, and we are still tracking overall a bounce in this wave 4. So obviously we're using Elliott waves here to track market movements. And as you probably know if you watched the previous updates, the move to the upside is likely going to be an ABC structure. And there are two pathways which I explained in detail over the last video, in the last video. So I talked in detail about the orange count, which is an ABC structure. So that's one scenario. And the other scenario is also an ABC structure. It's just a slightly extended one in which the A wave topped yesterday, not on Sunday. Okay, it's just a slightly different view. And in this scenario, the move down was an A wave, where the B wave might be unfolding now. I'm talking about that in a minute. And then a C wave down could still happen before we go higher. Okay, so the support area is basically unchanged because we haven't formed a new high today. So therefore, the support area for the wave B, in case it's still unfolding, which isn't 100% clear, but currently actually a little bit more likely, I think, that support area hasn't changed, and it's between $82,413 and $85,880. So this is the zone to watch, in this current pullback. Now, it's important to understand that in the orange scenario, we don't need that lower low. We don't need a broader B wave. It's entirely possible the B wave bottomed here on the 24th of November. And this is a 1-2 setup, and we're breaking out directly. But I can tell you that this here isn't very convincing, for an upside breakout. Not yet. It is a possible 1-2 setup here. Yeah. Yes, but the double bottom structure isn't reliable, and this move up looks like 3 waves. So I really can't say that I'm confident that the orange count is playing out. That looked a little more likely earlier today, but then, I think throughout the day in one of the member updates, I already sent through that the green count, I like the way it looks. Just, it seems to make sense a little bit more at the moment than the orange count. But if we break out above the Monday high, which formed at $89,320, I think we might be in a direct way, we might be following the direct route higher. So basically, both scenarios are extremely similar. They should lead to the same outcome. I will change my view below $82,413. Okay. So what else do we want to talk about? Well, let's talk a little bit about the microstructure here. Make that a bit larger. Then you see here, I can say in the green count, this is turning into quite a complex B wave. So wave A bottomed here. Then the B wave of the B wave might be unfolding right now. A, B, C, and B. And now we could be moving up in a C wave. And then this. That's obviously speculative. This is on the 15-minute chart. This could change at an instant, but that's sort of my view. I'm just not very convinced that the orange wave 2 bottomed because of the microstructures here. But we are still holding the upper support area, which I talked about in the last video. I said to you, as long as we're holding $86,109, technically speaking, this is a 1-2 setup, which is plausible. Okay. But overall, guys, this here still hasn't changed much today. We just saw a little bit of chop. And if we see some further upside, well, I'm not yet convinced that a third wave is unfolding yet. So we might see a bit more chop and maybe one more test of the lower support region. And where exactly? Well, that will depend on where the B wave tops. So once we have a top of the B wave and we might go a little higher here, then we can define the downside target in wave C. Maybe that happens today, then I'll point that out later today on Discord. Maybe it will happen tomorrow. We'll see. I'll definitely stay close to it. But again, both of these scenarios are following very, very similar structures. Really, only the nanostructures are different, That's the update on Bitcoin. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And if you're interested in additional updates, then also check out our membership. At the moment, we have a Black Friday offer running for a 20% discount on top of the annual memberships on our website. Feel free to check it out. I mean, as a gold member, you get access to our Discord server anyway. You know that. And then you get access to our weekly live streams. You get access to our member videos. You get access to a lot of learning material. You get access to an Elliott Wave course. You get access to a risk management course. You get access to chat room where you can also ask questions. I answer as much as I can. There's a dedicated questions channel on Discord. You can also ask questions in the live sessions. That's what they are for. There are bonus updates on gold and silver, bonus updates on some stocks. You get access to all my trading view live charts, like everything I work with every single day. So it's a lot included, even more stuff. So check it out, find it out if you're interested. Find it out if you're interested. I put the link in the comment section. Have a great day. Bye-bye.